Hi there, everyone, and good day. It is currently the 7th of January 2000. Just Robert Spetty here with you. Today, yet another day, we are watching our little tropical wave down here towards the south of Guam spinning up, and really it has lost a lot of its convectivity over the past 24 to 48 hours, and not much left of it out here. And in the forecast, I really wouldn't expect anything more than a tropical depression. If it gets up to a weak tropical storm, I'll be quite surprised. It's still possible, and really the big problem with this area, I think, through the next several days, though, is going to be a big rainmaker. So that's what we're going to be talking about here right off the bat. A little bit later on in the update, I'll also talk about some other stuff going on off here towards the north. We have a low pressure area pushing across eastern China. But first things first, let's zoom in on our low pressure area here, also been dubbed Invest 90W, or believe it or not, this is what was being rumored, Super Typhoon Yolanda Part II a few days ago, and just basically a rumor spread by an unqualified personnel. And what you can see here, if you are still a little bit confused about that, hopefully we've settled that confusion by now, is that there's not much left of it. Right now we have a low-level circulation, some upper-level cloud tops starting to fire up here, and you can see some of those thunderheads a little bit farther off there towards the north. That's definitely aiding into what little bit of convectivity we have left of this, but about 24 hours ago we had a lot more. Now that drier inflow, which you typically see in January, is starting to have some influence on this. So right now, at Genesis phase, and we can start to get a little bit more accurate at Genesis phase, and this is about the time I would typically start warning on storms like this, especially since it's expected to hit the Philippines by the weekend. Right now we're talking about Tuesday, and at this time we can start getting a little bit more accurate. We only started warning on this storm system or talking about it so early because of just the flood of questions that were coming in about it. Right now, though, LPA forecast track no stronger than a weak. I should have put weak tropical storm here if it does get up to that intensity. So it has tropical depression. It could be called tropical depression Agatan. That by Bagasa. I highly doubt this is going to be called Ling Ling. I don't think JMA will upgrade this to a tropical storm. Time will tell on that, but I don't really see it. Now, key thing to keep in mind with this track here is those areas in green. And I made it quite wide because I think that much of the Philippines is going to be seeing heavy rain. And at this time, the model consensus favors in that. And the overall background flow, I'll get to that in a second, is really going to cause this low pressure area to kind of stall out over Visayas. And I know earlier on last week, we were looking at climatology more so, and we were hoping that this cold front, you see it right here extending off towards the north and back down there towards the southwest, was going to pick up this and pull it off north and then turn it northeast. Now, since our storm system, now we're getting the genesis phase of it, is a little bit farther towards the south, tracking over Palau, instead of moving off there towards southern Luzon, it is going to miss the grasp of that cold front. So that means it's moving on shore. So let's continue to scroll ahead here. It moves on shore according to the GFS NavGem, in tight agreement with this as well. And it just kind of stalls out here. And this is the problem. Saturday, we're looking at some pretty heavy rainfall across much of Visayas, northern Mindanao, and southern Luzon. And then let's continue to go ahead by Saturday, Sunday, and then even eventually out to Monday. It's still there, and then Tuesday and the Wednesday, it actually turns off towards the northeast finally, getting booted along by a high pressure coming in from the north. But you can see all that rainfall stretching here across much of Luzon. So a lot of people are going to see some heavy rainfall out of this. I don't think it's going to be so much the winds, nor storm surge, definitely not storm surge, so nothing like that. But a persistent rain event in some areas here where you really don't want that. So at this time, I really would advise against possibility of flash flooding, also landslides. And we can see here, this is actually on Saturday evening as well. Just look at some of those areas in the red, which are indicating over 50, possibly 100 millimeters per 1 to 3 hours out here. Just that continued heavy rainfall. And then we continue to scroll ahead. And like I said, in the extended long range, let's go ahead and next Wednesday, it starts to lift north and could affect the Manila metropolitan area as well with some pretty heavy showers. And this is that overall background flow I was talking about here, where we are hoping that troughing right up here towards the north would pick this up. But since it's staying south, it's going to hit that high pressure and just kind of linger down here south of that high. You're going to have to wait for this to get out of the way before our storm system can lift off there towards the northeast. So, yeah, let's continue to keep an eye on this one. It's definitely going to be a big rainmaker. Like I said, not a big wind maker, but unfortunately there is the risk of flood for the Philippines by the weekend and into next week. Now, it is still long range. We've been saying that for about a week now, and it really is crazy that we've been talking about this for so long. But you're definitely going to be looking at some showers and Pagasa, not yet warned on this. JMA, not yet warned on this, but they are. Pagasa's extended long range has mentioned that there is a possibility of a tropical depression approaching the area by next week. So, yeah, let's continue to keep updated. We're definitely waiting for official statements to come out on that low pressure area. Let's look off farther towards the north. Storm system moving across eastern China. Really going to bring some showers out here and not too serious. Some chilly rain coming through across Korea. That's going to move into Japan, even the Pacific coast of Japan, including Tokyo. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, you could see some showers out of this low coming in from the west here. For now, high pressure is dominating. Enjoy the fair weather. Unfortunately, it is exceptionally cold. I mean, some of these temperatures out here are really in the single digits across most of Japan and even over towards Korea. So staying on the chilly side out here. But that is all for right now, everybody. And once again, thanks for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always, and I always appreciate the feedback, post them down there in your comment box. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.